Welcome back everyone to Fordyce's BMW M3 League here with NXTGEN at Laguna Seca for race 2 of the night. It's going to be a good event, I'm fairly certain of that. Before we go through the start and gantry, which is about to tick over, let's just look at the reverse grid lineup. So it's Joey Dunlop free on pole position. Would have been NXTGEN Tim alongside him, but unfortunately Tim had to retire for the race 2. He couldn't make it, so Joey Dunlop is first, which means Silver Fox Fordyce will start from second. Dominator 3 will be in his namesake. Danzo is 4th, Mechanesta will be 5th, Suburthus will be 6th, Traumatic Dave 7th, Rally Matt 85 in 8th, Fourfish 9th, Bruce Lee Harden 10th, and NXTGEN Les will start from the rear of the grid after winning race 1. But let's crack things off. The lights are about to go out any second now, and it's Joey Dunlop who leads the way then. At the start, looks like a good launch from him, and it looks like Dominator 3 is trying to go around the outside of Silver Fox Fordyce, who's being swarmed by the cars around him. Dando's had a good start, so it looks like Joey's going to have the clear run into turn 1. Silver Fox Fordyce breaks a little bit later. He's going to stay in second position. Mechanesta, the American, doing his best to try and get through, and it looks like he's forced his way into third position on those medium compound tyres, and through he goes. Oh, Bertus getting hit from all sides of the circuit, but it's actually kept him in 5th place, so fair play to him. Rally Matt's got up to 6th. Dramatic Dave's got himself into the gravel trap as everybody flies past him. So Fourfish, Bruce Lee and Les all past Dramatic Dave, who falls to the back of the grid, but it's Joey Dunlop who leads at the moment, but he's under pressure from Silver Fox Fordyce, who's giving it a really good go. Silver Fox looking to try and go up the inside at turn 7, and through he goes, and Mechanesta follows him through. Joey's sideways, he just about keeps hold of the car, but he's going to lose third. So down to 4th goes Joey Dunlop, the pole sitter. He won't be too pleased, and Mechanesta looking for that move up the inside of the corkscrew. He's going to go through, he's over the gravel, but he's going to take the lead. Danzo's been compromised. Joey Dunlop's back to second. Rally Matt's trying to go around the outside of him to take third place. Silver Fox not very pleased with that. I'm sure he won't be as he come through Rainy Curve down into the penultimate corner for the first time. But Silver Fox 40 down to 4th after briefly leading the race. Bertus in 5th. Fourfish 6th. Bruce Lee 7th. Les 8th. Dave is, well, he was 9th, but Dominator has just threw himself past Danzo. Dave's still in 9th place. Danzo down to 11th. So those two having a good fight. Bertus under pressure from Fourfish. The front 3 having a good scrap at the front. Rally Matt looking to the inside of Joey Dunlop, but he has to back out of that one. Bertus keeping it sideways, keeping himself in the top 5 for now. A little bit wiggly on the exit, but good hard racing from the M3 so far. Rally Matt looks like he's got himself past Joey Dunlop into turn 5. That's a good move for Rally Matt. He can now chase after Mechanesta, who leads. Oh, there's contact. There's a huge crash at the start. Oh, it's all cars off the circuit. Unbelievable. Who got caught up in that? Silver Fox was one of them. Joey Dunlop did see what happened. Maybe we saw that Joey Dunlop and Rally Matt were side by side going through turn number 5. Maybe Joey ended up going onto the gravel and spinning round. Maybe there was contact. But unfortunately, Les has gone backwards as well. So the championship leader just under threat from Dominator for a brief moment. But it's not worked out for a couple of drivers. So Fourfish now up into 4th place. Bruce Lee's in 3rd. So Bruce Lee coming out clean the other side of that incident. Gets himself a nice bit of room, and can he go after the front 2? Mechanesta hasn't been near the front, the sharp end of the grid for some time, but he's right there. And can he do anything with this performance? He'd be very happy if he could. And Mechanesta leads the way, his home circuit. Let's see what he can do. Still got the lead. Rally Matt's in 2nd. Bruce Lee's 3rd. Fourfish is 4th. Going well for him at the moment. Mechanesta yet to have a race win since the opening round at the Nürburgring. You know, Rally Matt's also won a race this season. He won at Dragon Trail. did Rally Matt. He was very quick. Look at Rally Matt trying to go round the outside at turn 7. Just I glanced down at the timings. Rally Matt went round the outside at turn 7. He's under attack from Bruce Lee as well. Bruce Lee trying to find a way through. Rally Matt sideways. Can Bruce Lee tuck underneath? He just gets a bit sideways. He's going to have to try and go round the outside of Rainy Curve. Rally Matt forcefully shuts the door on him to stop any chance of that happening. But Fourfish runs in 4th, and that's a 4-car fight for the lead. Traumatic Dave will see that. He's in 5th on his own. Les goes round the outside at the penultimate corner, so he moves up to 6th. Danzo 8th, Joey 9th, Silver Fox in 10th, and Dominator has gone around again at turn 7, but Mehanesta leads the way. 4-car fight for the lead here at Laguna Seca. Just a quarter of the race gone then. It's been absolutely frantic. Bruce Lee defending from Fourfish. Should be able to block that route out from Fourfish, which he does. Will ride on the back of Fourfish's car. Bruce Lee getting a little bit sideways into turn 4. A very good fight this. Bruce Lee yet to win a race this season. Certainly looking to try and get involved in that. Rally Matt, Mehanesta, they've both won a race this season. Mehanesta's got very deep. There's a bit of contact between the two. They're both on the gravel track. Bruce Lee's going to try and go through the middle, is he? No, he's going to go to the inside. Rally Matt's going to have to yield, surely. He goes through. Good bit of racecraft from Bruce Lee Harding, and Rally Matt's been taken out. Rally Matt gets turned around from Mehanesta. And Mehanesta, I'm fairly certain, is going to face a penalty from that post-race. Unfortunately, contact from his front of the car sent him off the circuit. And Rally Matt, his charge at the front is done. He's a long, long way away. He's not going to be pleased at all with that. But it's Bruce Lee Harding who leads here at Laguna. Can he hold on for a first race win of the season? He didn't get one in the minis in season 19. He certainly deserved one. But I said before, when I was doing the race 1 commentary, he'd been leading races before. He hasn't converted one yet. Can he do it this time around in America? Almost effectively in a wasteland in terms of the gravel that surrounds the circuit. Not a lot of imagery with his Fallout car as well. Fourfish is still in 2nd. He's got the fastest lap of the race, his Fourfish. Dramatic Dave running in 4th position. Dramatic Dave's not too far away here. Bit more fighting from the cars in front, and you know Mehanesta will give it his best. Bruce Lee's gone deep as it's gone. Where's Fourfish gone? He's right off the circuit. Bruce Lee all sideways. Is Traumatic Dave going to move up to 3rd? He's in the podium spots. So Traumatic Dave moves into 3rd. First time this season we've seen Dave running as competitive as this to put a full campaign together over the 2 races. Certainly seems to have got himself in the sweet spot around the American track. Mehanesta, though, the driver to watch. He's put himself on the back of Bruce Lee. Like I said, going for that 2nd race victory. Dramatic Dave, he's got 2 options. He can defend for his life with 12 minutes to go, or he can put up a bit of resistance to Fourfish, and then once he gets past, just tries to track him. See Fourfish trying to go wide and then get a nice run out of turn 3, but he's just not close enough. 2 different lines through turn 4. Fourfish's was a lot better, but not really an opportunity for him through 5. Some nice lines being driven by Dave. Les is right in the thick of this now as well. Not sure what happened to him at the start. He dropped right away back. But he's there again. Oh, look at Fourfish is right underneath the rear wing of Traumatic Dave. He's going to look to the inside, but nothing doing through turn 7. Clamped the curb, did Dave. Fourfish has gone sideways again. He's just about held the car. This is a chance for Les. He's going to have to try and do it around the outside at Corkscrew. But not quite. Thinks better of it. They're all just sat behind Traumatic Dave. Rally Matt past Fordyce in the meantime. Danzo, Joey, Silver Fox and Dominator rounds out the drivers. Bruce Lee just soaking up this pressure at the moment. Hasn't felt the need to defend all the way through the sequence so far, but Traumatic Dave is. And Les has got past Fourfish as a result of Fourfish trying to go around the outside of Traumatic Dave at the final corner. So Les will now be the next driver to take a crack at the back of that silver car in front of him. You see Mehanestas trying to get underneath Bruce Lee Harding. Just a bit sideways. Coming out of the corner. Les is up the inside of Dave. You can see all the corrections going on in Dave's car. Dave trying to keep it there at the inside. Is going to clamp that curb. And Les, despite running on the gravel, is going to get past him. Now, oh, Mehanesta's gone off. Oh, Les has just about avoided him. Good reaction times from Les to keep himself not hitting the back of that car. Both Dave and Fourfish clamp the curb at turn 6. Mehanesta's podium charge has gone again. And I thought the reverse grid would be a great opportunity for him to win this race, but it's just not happened. Look at Fourfish, is all over the rear wing of Traumatic Dave, but he just can't get past. He just hits the back of Dave coming out of corkscrew. He just can't get past him. And Dave's picked up a half-second penalty. He's gone a little bit deep at Rainy Curve. This is the chance for Fourfish. And through he goes. That was the chance he needed. Fourfish finally breaks ranks with Les. Gets past Traumatic Dave. Big slide coming out of the final corner for Dave as he tries to keep up. There's Rally Matt. Mehanesta, huge wobble coming out of the corner. Bertus with a little one. There's Danzo in 8th. Not had the best of pair of rounds as Danzo. He didn't have the best of times at Brands Hatch either. Not been going particularly well for him. There's Joey after his shenanigans earlier on. Silver Fox in 10th, and there's Dominator on his debut, just doing what he can really. Just getting some experience in the car, that's what it's all about. But Bruce Lee Harding leads the way. He's got about 4 seconds to Les and Fourfish behind. And those two would be more than happy to engage in combat with one another. Fourfish, for a fact, looked very quick today. Oh, Les is a little bit sideways going through turn 7. Cut to the onboard camera because Fourfish gets past him. Fourfish runs deep into the corkscrew. Les trying to go around the outside, potentially at Rainy Curve. A little bit of door-to-door contact between the two. But they keep it together. They haven't gone off the circuit. Nicely done from the pair. Dramatic Dave will be just watching this, hoping that they keep on fighting, because they are going to keep on fighting. Going into the final corner, Les trying to go around the outside of Fourfish. He's got a good exit as well, has Les, but he's going to be on the outside line. Coming into turns 2 and 3. Les hasn't quite cleared Fourfish. He's trying to shut the door. Now he does. Les with a brilliant overtake. He gets up to 2nd place. Fourfish trying to go around the outside at turn 2. Bit of lagging from the pair in the replay. 7 minutes to go in this race. Les in 2nd. There's Traumatic Dave in 4th. He was briefly running in the podium spots. Rally Matt in 5th. In the 31s is Rally Matt at the moment. Or 32s rather. There's Bertus, Danzo, Joey Dunlop. We've lost Mehanesta. Unfortunately, he's retired from the race. So Dominator will get a top 10 again in his race. But Bruce Lee, the man leading the way. 6 minutes to go. He's got roughly, I'd say, 3 or 4 laps. Les at the minute hasn't been closing the gap. Bruce has been running around in the 32s. Let's stay with Bruce as he comes around this final corner. Let's see what lap time he does set. 6 minutes to go now. Should be 4 laps left. 32.6 from Bruce Lee. What does Les set? 31.7 from Les. 32.3. 33 flat, and Rally Matt does a 31.9. So Next Gen Les and Rally Matt, the two big, two big drivers at the moment who are setting the lap times. Les took a full second out of Bruce Lee Harding. So maybe this fight for the race win isn't over yet. Les doing his best to try and take as much of the road, and oh, Les has clipped the curb. He's sideways. He's just held the car. But Fordyce is going to see the chance going into turn 6. Will he try and go up the inside? He doesn't. He stays behind him. He knows that Les is quicker, and is going to try and use that spam-backed car to propel themselves onto the back of Bruce Lee. But if we look at the timing gaps going into the corkscrew, it's 4 seconds with less than 5 minutes to go. That's going to be some haul if they're able to try and close the gap. Rally Matt's closing the gap on Traumatic Dave. Big clamp of the curb from Dave. Got to be careful, as has Rally Matt for that matter. Danzo's caught up to the back of Fordyce. It's not too far away. In fact, Danzo's been setting some good lap times. So maybe a recovery drive to 6th place actually would be a good way to end his spell of bad form. Despite his issues earlier on in the race, he's certainly made a good recovery drive as Danzo. Joey still in 8th. Dominator's got past Silver Fox. So they've swapped places for 9th and 10th. Les still trying to put the pressure onto Bruce Lee. Fordyce deciding to stay in behind him. Not this time. He's having a little look now. Maybe Fordyce realising that the time to go is now. Bruce is still leading the way. Coming into turn 6 for the 11th time of asking. You can see how close Fordyce is on the back of Les. Speaking of close, there's Traumatic Dave and Rally Matt. Both of them two fighting over 4th position. Oh, Dave's gone on the gravel. That's going to be the opportunity that Rally Matt needed. He's going to have the momentum to go past, and up to 4th goes Rally Matt. About Danzo's closing that gap as well on 4 on the cars in front of him. So good set of haul points for Danzo, but he would like to get past Fordyce. These two good rivals, of course, in the Megans in seasons gone by. Fordyce is currently in lobby 1 at the moment in the Megans, and Danzo in lobby 2. I imagine next season there'll be a good chance they'll be back together. But Les still in 2nd. Less than 3 minutes to go. Bruce has got a penalty still. It's only 1/10 of a second. He can clear that whenever he likes. But Les and Fordyce engaged in battle now, as they have been for the last few laps. Not giving a quarter to one another. Rally Matt still 4th. Dave back in the 32s now. He's following Rally Matt, just using that line. Sideways and around he goes. Big clump of the curb. Oh, he's done a donut. That's the last thing he needs. Needs to get that car in 2nd gear, pointing in a straight line. He does now, but that's going to bring Fordyce and Danzo into the fight. In fact, Fordyce has gone past him. Will Danzo look to do so as well? Dave's giving him the room. I think for Danzo he's going to go past. It's going to be on the outside for turn 6. Dave brakes earlier. Danzo gets past him. And Dave, who'd been putting in a really good performance, falls down the field. He'd been hitting the curbs quite hard all the way through the 2 races, and now it's cost him. He's got a bit of momentum back up onto Danzo as they approach the corkscrew. He's trying to look to the inside. Danzo's giving him the room, but Dave filters in behind. These guys have 1 lap left. A nice 3-car fight for 5th in the end. Les has been overtaken by Fordyce. We haven't seen it, but Fordyce has got past, so there will be 1 lap to go. Les, I think, has made a mistake. I think he's done it through Rainy Curve. I think he's gone off there. Rally Matt still in 4th, pushing as hard as he can. You can see the front's locking up there. Danzo's gone off. After getting up to 6th place, he's gone backwards, so he's down in 7th place now, a long way away. Fordyce in 2nd. You see Rally Mac going off the circuit there at turn 4. Everyone's still pushing on this final lap just in case someone else makes a mistake. They're all crossing their fingers, hoping that Bruce will go off in front of them. But Bruce knows how to drive, knows how to deal with pressure. We haven't seen him in the winner's circle for some time. This would be a good victory for him. It would be a popular one at that. Fordyce running as wide as he likes, as was Les. Bertus, Dave trying to close that gap. We'll cut back to them two. See whether Dave can catch Bertus before the end. But this is a great drive from Bertus in 5th. But there's one corner to go for Bruce Lee Harding. Just got to take it easy. He's got a nice gap. Fordyce is trying to get rid of penalties behind him. But Bruce Lee, sideways out the final corner, is going to come home to take his first win of the season in the M3s. It's a great victory for Bruce Lee Harding. He finally gets his win. Fordyce, can he take 2nd? No, he can't. He loses it at the end. Les takes 2nd. Rally Mac 3rd. What about Bertus? Will he hold on to 6th place? Oh, it's going to be a sprint for the line. Fordyce is already finished 4th. Bertus, is he just about going to hold on? He does. Bertus takes 5th. Dave is 6th. Danzo takes 7th. Joey Dunlop will come home in 8th position. Dominator should be 9th. Silver Fox 40 will come home in 10th place in that car. It's gone off somewhere, as Silver Fox 40. So well done to Joey. Comes home in 8th. Could have been a lot better for him. A lot of shenanigans at the start. But Bruce Lee Harding is a winner in the M3s at last. It's been a long time coming, but he's got his result that he deserves. And he was the only man across both races to be super consistent. No spins, no mistakes, and that's what it nets you around this American circuit. So well done to Bruce Lee, as Silver Fox just crossed the line right at the end. So what a brilliant set of races that was for round 7 at Laguna Seca. Spectacular to watch. As a result of that, the championship standings are quite vast in terms of the championship fights. Let's just go through these points tables. NXTGEN Les leads on 284. Fordyce is 2nd on 198, so there's a good chance that Les could steal the championship at the next round, which we'll come to in a moment. Fordyce 2nd on 198. He's 1 point clear of Bruce Lee Harding, who's 3rd in 197. Rally Mac is 4th on 167, with Mehanes the 5th on 162. Adam ID is 6th on 147. Traumatic Dave is 7th on 132. Danzo is 8th on 125. 9th is Jerry Dunlop on 114. And NGR Tim rounds out the top 10 on 62. And if Tim stays there, with the first time since, I'd have to say, season 14 potentially, where Tim would finish inside the top 10 in a Drivers' Championship. But that's a personal target for him to aim for. Well, nevertheless, what a great championship it's turning out to be so far. Lots of great racing throughout the field. Les has got a chance to take the title at round 8 of Tokyo South Outer Loop. That's a very fast circuit, lots of slipstreaming. I guarantee that race will be a lot more open than any other track you'll see at NXTGEN this season. It is effectively straights and a couple of corners. That's going to be a good one. But that event will happen tomorrow. I will commentate on that event come Friday afternoon, so do check us out for that one on Twitch. That's on JackTM53, or of course on YouTube. You will see that uploaded fairly soon. But nevertheless, do check out NXTGEN wherever you are, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, any other social media such as Instagram or Discord, even the website as well. But thank you very much for watching, and wherever you might be in the big wide world, have a good one and see you soon.